What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Buggos. We covered this about 9 months ago when it first came out. The game has continued to get updates, and it's continued to get new content, and the developer has still been working on it, so we're going to do kind of like a final coverage right here to figure out whether or not this is a game you wanted to play for yourself. But in order to decide that, I got to tell you what it is. What is Buggos? Buggos is a game where you are a sentient hive mind that is guiding kind of like a Klendathu horde that's trying to take over a human planet. You were evicted from your mom's planet by your mom for being lazy and underachieving as a bug overlord. And so now you've decided to attack you've decided to attack a human military planet in order to prove that, like, you're the dopest bug to ever live. So anyways, we're going to dive on in for about 35 minutes today, see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or otherwise pass on. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, I got a link for you down below in the description. Then on top of that, you'll also find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream, just in case you wanted to hang out live. Because this is a follow-up coverage, I've gone ahead and played the game for 3 or 4 hours in order to get further on in so that you can see more advanced gameplay. Fair warning, there's so many units on screen at this point that sometimes the music gets kind of like clippy and weird, and I haven't figured out a way to fix that yet. So I'm assuming it's just like a flaw with the game, or maybe it's because like I'm recording or something else like that. It doesn't seem to happen when OBS is not running, and so I'm guessing it's probably due to the fact that like I'm encoding a video right now while also playing the game, which seems to be somewhat CPU intensive. I'm about 5 levels on into the game. Each level is comprised of about 6 locations. And there's a couple things left here that we need to knock over. There's a simple military outpost, or there's a military weapon factory. We'll go with the military outpost first and kind of see what happens, and let's see if we can be a good bug overlord. So what I like to do nice and early is I disable everything except for builders, and then basically I go nuts with these little nutrient buildings. These nutrient buildings are nice because they give you a ton of resources, and on top of that, they also act as a buffer. If the enemy comes along, they got to destroy the pustules before they can get to your base. And so anyways, I'm going to have actually all my units fall back over here. The builders, as you can see, builders spread creep, which gives you more food, and then builders also build things by suicide bombing themselves into the side of it. And so anyways, right now they're exploding and they're building pustules, and we should have lots and lots of food very, very shortly. In fact, I'm going to kick on spawning for some other unit types real fast. I'm going to get us 2 more spawners over there. I'm going to get us a whole bunch more of these pustules. There we go. And I think we should be about ready to roll very, very shortly. Now, here at the bottom of the screen, I can decide what things I am spawning and when I want them to spawn. However, the game is mostly an auto-battler. So, oh, there comes the humans. They are already attacking us. Let's go ahead and send in our little shooters that I had ready for just this occasion. Well done, little shooterinos. Go ahead and, you know what, as revenge for them wiping out my most favorite pustule, go ahead and destroy that subdivision over there. Let's go ahead and cause a housing crisis, just to teach them a little bit of an economic lesson about messing with the bug horde. The ultimate goal of the game is to wipe out all of the enemy spawns and kill every single human that is on the board. We're going to go ahead and increase our spawn rate now. Send my builders up real quick. We'll go ahead and have these little shooter guys move over to here. You command your units by leaving pheromones by left-clicking and holding and then saying what unit you want to go where. There they go. They're spreading my creep right now. Very nice. Continue to spread das Creep. Wonderful little buggy buddies. I'm going to go ahead and turn on spawning for all my other unit types now because we don't want to, like, over-invest in builders if we can help it. As you can see, though, the builders are spreading lots and lots of creep all over the place, so things appear to be going pretty well. If you're wondering what I'm clicking down here in the bottom left-hand corner, this is basically a meter for our unit cap, and then there's 3 buffs. There's a couple we can unlock later on down the tech tree, but there's a couple of buffs we can unlock. We can either tell our horde to produce more food, we can tell them to get extra attack power, or we can tell them to spawn more quickly. I find that telling them to spawn more quickly, if you can get the economy up and running to support it, tends to be the best way to play the game. Pustules seem to be kind of king. And so anyways, we'll go ahead and give an all deployment order up this way. Builders, you continue to give me pustules. Give me pustules or give me death. That is my battle cry. And then we will send all of our minions forward into the breach to wipe out the humans. The humans have splendiferous weapons with which to fight us. They have tanks, They have flamethrowers, they have walls, they have turrets, they have Tesla coils. They have all kinds of goodies, and what you should reasonably well bet on is most of their stuff is better than your stuff. But being a bug horde, we have one chittering advantage that they have failed to account for. The fact that we are effectively endless. There are gazillions of us. It looks like our economy is still not stabilized, so let's continue to throw builders at all these pustules over here. However, our frontline forces appear to be doing a decent job right now. I don't know if we'll actually break on through on this front right here, but we've got a bunch of different bugs we can play around with in order to make that happen. So I've got warriors. They are big, tough guys with little mandibles. I've got defenders. Defenders are exactly what they sound like. They've got a ton of armor and a ranged attack that erodes the enemy's armor. We've got our spiners, which are my favorite little guys because I always liked hydralisks when I was playing StarCraft, so they're these little shooter guys that are running around, wiping stuff out. We appear to be winning right now, and it looks like my economy is getting somewhat better. Yeah, it looks like we've stabilized, so that's nice. We should be replacing units pretty quickly at this point. You guys go ahead and finish off these buildings over here while I wait, and I will send the main battle horde on in to feast upon the flesh of the living humans. Because why not? There they go. This game does have a massive tech tree. Every single time you beat a level, you are rewarded with evolution points. And those evolution points allow you to spec your bugs to do different things. And not every build is going to work for every single level. So the game, being aware of this, allows you to freely move your points around however you want to move them around, whenever you want to move them around, with no penalty. However, we seem to have gotten this level wrapped up pretty quickly, actually. They said that this was a high difficulty mission. I'm going to press X to doubt on that one because we kind of breezed through them like they weren't even there. And we've only got a few humans left to reduce to a fine spaghetti paste, so let's go ahead and get with the marinara over here. And down goes the final little bearded human. And we have claimed victory. Usually you should expect about 4-1 losses to the enemy. That seems to be about standard for me right now. With those 2 extra evolution points, we're going into military weapon facility. For the lulz, I tried to knock that one over a little bit ago before I completed the rest of these levels, and it was pretty tough. It wasn't playing around with you. We'll go ahead and we'll go up here. This is the tech tree right here. It is quite large. There are lots of things to fiddle around with. I would say that the game probably has like 8 to 10 hours of gameplay before you get into the endless mode, depending on how good you are at RTS games. I'm probably about 4 hours in right now, and there are still a lot of things I haven't unlocked, but I want to get the Titan. I want to show you guys the Titan, because that's new from the last time I played. What I took right there is a bunch of bonuses that allow me to start with a bunch more builders, so hopefully that ends up being helpful. Let's see what this mission's got to show us over here. Get to work, boys. We need economy. All of the economy in the world. There we go. Give me that sweet, sweet economy. There we go. I want to produce lots of food. This level is going to come at you pretty fast. This is a pretty hectic level with a lot of really, really aggressive enemies. They're going to start hitting us basically the second that we spawn in. There's not going to be a lot of breathing room. So we're going to want to kind of spread a whole bunch of pustules out that way. We'll send the builders out to that left-hand side. We'll go ahead and group up all of our spawned units over here, because as you can see, the first little piece of the enemy vanguard is starting to trickle on in. There's going to be tanks. There's going to be all kinds of things that want us dead. And so getting your economy established very, very rapidly. I hate to say it, but this game actually kind of expects you to be somewhat reasonably competent at playing RTS games. There is going to be a learning curve when you start getting further on into the game. It's just kind of is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and hit this position right here real fast just to get these turrets wiped out so that they're not harassing me while I'm trying to build my base. There we go. Couple of turrets down right there. We'll go ahead and pull them on back and have them guard the base. And then my builders keep on working on my economy. All right, so we'll get a few more spawners right there. And we're going to continue making as many pustules as we possibly can to make our economy nice and strong. It also creates like a nice little buffer zone that the enemy has to get through before they get to my main base. So I like to use it for that as well. We're going to go ahead and sweep and clear over here. They are getting to my pustules. Unfortunate. We got a lot of enemy attacks coming in right now. Our easiest spawner is probably that one on the right, but we're going to have to figure out a way to get to it first. Actually, no, we got a spawner on the left. Let's go ahead and hit that spawner on the left. But hit this guy first, actually. Wipe out the Tesla coil. And wipe out these commandos. There we go. Now swing this way. If they want to attack that side of my base, I'm like somewhat okay with it. But we're going to want to turn off builder spawning now. And we're going to want to turn on some of our other units. Because I think I'm going to need to have defenders hanging out in the base. And just kind of, we've got a very, very long boy base right now. That is kind of intense. And so anyways, let's turn up the spawning real fast. We'll kind of send the defenders out that way. I need to have differentiated types of units so I can strike or at least slow the enemy down in multiple directions simultaneously. These defenders are really, really nice because I've got a buff on them that makes them erode the enemy's armor. Armor in this game can be a big problem if you're using lots of spitter units like I am. I like the ranged units. I've always been a big Hydralist guy when it comes to StarCraft. In fact, Zerg was like the faction that I played just because I found it utterly hilarious to make Nidus Canal plays and whatnot. I used to actually, when I was 16 or 17 years old, I was a respectable StarCraft player in the Battle.net days. I think my final Battle.net account, I think I had like 1,400 wins and like 120 losses or so. Like, I was getting pretty good at it, but then a terrible, terrible thing happened. Esports wasn't a thing yet back then, so nobody even knew that you could make a living playing StarCraft. And then the other half of it is Diablo 2 came out. And Diablo 2 effectively destroyed my ability to be a productive adolescent. That was pretty much it for good grades. That was pretty much it for my academic hopes and dreams. Defenders, you guys are going to hang out over here. I'm going to send the warriors and the swarmers and everybody else over this way to try to knock out this spawner right here. This is a tough mission, but actually we're making pretty quick work of it. This game sort of has a formula to it, which I think is actually kind of the main flaw of the game. That is not to say this is still a really, really good, really original, really cheap game that you can go get right now, and it will 100% kill a couple evenings for you, because it is very, very entertaining. I like the game a lot, but that being said, the game kind of has a formula to it. Basically, build a bunch of pustules, get your economy established. Once you've got a whole bunch of pustules, then you're going to swap everything over to basically your respawn buff over here, and then you're basically just going to bum rush the enemy. You may have to make like some very slight modifications to the equation based on what the enemy's comp is and what they're using, but so far, for the more difficult missions, about 30 or so missions in, I guess 25 missions in, that's the strategy that has carried me through missions that were even kind of taxing. They've got a few more spawners up here. We'll just kind of keep a never-ending deluge of bugs headed on into the enemy's domiciles and see if we can get these last two spawners up here. I don't know if we're going to be able to push through, but like, it feels pretty good right now. The economy feels pretty aggressive. Our respawn rate feels pretty aggressive. I think we've got it in the bag. For being a military research facility, they sure didn't reach down in their grab bag to break out any interesting sort of like Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman surprises for us. But then again, what is a human being? You know what I mean? It's bones. They've got a spine. Like, what's up with that? And then they wrap the whole thing inside an easy penetrable layer of biocloth. Like, they should know that if they want to be strong like our species and powerful like our bug people, they should have strongly considered having a carapace. Putting all your bones on the outside to stop the bullets before they get inside of you. I know, who would have thought of that? But these humans, they think they know everything about everything. And it's our job to remind them that there are superior creatures that drift in the blackness of space. There we go. We wiped them out. And in fact, we had 3-to-1 casualties right there. That's not terrible. That's pretty good. So to the next level, what do we have going on here? An affluent human city. Okay, a pathetic fusion reactor. It would be kind of cool if, like, what they were named and what they do actually affected other tiles. Like, they had little connectors in between them. So if you wiped out the power supply, it would, like, you know, disable half the turrets on this one over here. And then if you took care of the medical place or like the residential area, it would lower like the respawn in other areas. Like if this one, if you wiped out the government first, you know what I mean? It would get rid of like a certain number of just civilians on different maps. That'd be actually kind of a cool idea. Might make the game too easy because it's already not like a super difficult game. But let's unlock the Titan. I think we've earned that. And then we're going to make our Titan have an extra 100 health because that sounds rad, and I want to build a Titan. We'll probably wipe out the easy maps first. I don't see any reason not to wipe out the easy ones first. Let's go ahead and get our nutrient pile going. That should probably be enough nutrients, I think. Oh yeah, I need it to only make builders for right now. Oh, they have a way to get to us, though. So we'll have it build builders for... Actually, it looks like they're attacking us already. Go ahead and get me some defensive units up. That's fine. Go ahead and give me something a little bit defensive that I can fight with. Everybody move forward and stop this guy. There we go. All better. We'll just kind of let our units pool up over here. Until our economy is nice and solid, we don't want to make any savage moves. A Titan egg. I kind of want to hatch some Titans. Yeah, that feels like the play to me. I think we've got enough attacking units to hold off any potential attackers, so we'll go back over to just mass-producing builders real fast to finish off all of our pustule stacks. Oh, they are building the Titan eggs. Cool. How long does it take the Titan? Oh, the Titans cost me nutrients. That could potentially be bad if the enemy pushes me super hard. That was a fact of which I was very, very unaware. They give me a debuff to my nutrient generation. Horrible. Terrible stuff. If we ever get another builder, send them to build more nutrient pustules, please. I need more undulation up in here. I need more gooey masses happening. Ooh, we got a Titan. I don't know what that thing is. It kind of looks like that thing from RimWorld. What's the name of that animal from RimWorld where you can cut off its horn? And, like, you can sell its horn for a whole bunch of money? A Thrumbo? I think it was a Thrumbo. Man, those things hit like a truck. They got through the walls no problem. All right, well, let's not overextend here. Let's just kind of keep everybody back in the stack. I may have overdone it on the Titans here. May have been a very slight mistake. I mean, the Titan looks like it soaks a lot of hits, though. Not much to dislike there. And it looks like it doesn't take up that much pop cap either. All right, send in the Titans. We are the Titans. Mighty, mighty Titans. Left side, strong side. And ironically, actually, not ironically, but coincidentally, we are on the left side of the map right now. And like that, my Titans are dead. Let's go ahead and diversify our spawn pool a little bit. We've only got a few more Titans coming. Give me some more nutrients over here, my dudes. I think I'm going to need another spawner or two as well. But this should hold perfectly fine. We're just kind of like putting in the baseline. Oh, I don't want to spawn wasps. I found the wasps to be kind of underwhelming. They hit really hard, but they've got the HP of a goldfish, and so, like, I tend to avoid them a little bit. Pushing that wall right there is going to be a little bit of a headache. I need to build up my numbers, but it looks like they are amassing. Unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Go ahead and push everybody up. We need to wipe out this little army thing that they've got going on here. Use the Titans to tank for a minute. See if maybe we can get some damage out. There we go. We'll swap over to high spawn rates because I think we have enough food to support it. We did manage to wipe out some of those beginning defenses that were being a little bit of a headache, so that's good. This line of flamethrowers right here is going to be a big issue, though. All right, boys, fall back. You done good. You done all right. You done fine. Yeah, we're going to need some more spawns in here. I I need them to get those pustules done, and then I need them to also get those spawners done right there. I think they may actually break through. Me playing around with Titans because I had never seen them before cost me a lot of nutrients, like thousands of nutrients. And so anyways, we're going to need to bounce back a little more quickly, I think. There we go. Our other two spawners are up now, so we should start to take the field a little more aggressively. We'll keep an eye on our food, but as you can see, our spawn meter is filling up really, really quickly. So I think it's time to turn that light green on the edge of the trenches. Let's charge up out of here like the Death Corps of Krieg, and let's, like, muffle our way into combat. Let's see what kind of pain and suffering we can cause over here, because they've been pressing me a lot. And I don't like that, dude. I'm not an Xbox controller A button. Don't press me. You know what I mean? Like, I'll press you back, man. I'll press you back. You done made me stressed. We are actually down 2,000 nutrients right now from the respawning. So we're going to want to go ahead and get a few more nutrient pustules. We're going to assign our builders to go over here and get her done. I don't like the idea of cutting down on my spawn rate right now, but our food is going down very, very rapidly. Let's go ahead and pull back from the fray real fast. You guys need to regroup back up. You need to have like a solidified front before we can push again. Food looks like maybe it's getting better. Hard to say. Send it. Hit them back, my boys. Hit them back. Destroy what you can destroy. Nice little push into enemy territory. Wiped out 2 Tesla coils. Good. I don't know if the push will continue, but it looks like we are wiping out the main vanguard of their forces pretty aggressively. Oh, the builders are going in too. Yeah, maybe I should turn off builders for a minute. I don't think we're going to need more builders. I think we're pretty solid on builders for right now. They lay down creep if they don't have anything else to do, and what the creep does, it's called the goo, but anyways, the creep makes you generate more food. It gives you kind of like passive food generation, and then if you've got certain talents and perks, it will allow you to get attacks and bonuses for fighting on top of the creep, and then it also nerfs the enemy for being on top of the creep with you. Okay, we need to get our food mode turned off there. We're eating up too much food right now. Hopefully this push right here gives us something to work with. They do have a lot of guys over here, though. Because it took me so long to actually start building an army because I was fiddling around with Titans, it's taking us... They had time to build up, basically. They've effectively got, like, endless units. We just killed one of their spawners, though, which is really, really good. Let's go ahead and pull back for a minute. We'll kick on spawn mode so that we're kicking out units a little bit faster. Watch that meter fill. Yo, okay, send them. They are spawning, like, 8 less units per, like, 30 seconds right now. That doesn't seem like a lot, but it will actually make this attack go a lot better than the last one. I'm going to leave reinforcements on because they are rejoining the fight up here, and I think we should be able to sweep them off of here. I forget what difficulty it said this mission was, but this one actually, if you screw up the opening game, like I did by mostly playing around with Titans because I had a new toy and I wanted to play with it, they actually build up a pretty good beachhead here. Let's go ahead and let them respawn real quick. And then we kind of want to go upwards right here rather than downwards like we have been. We need to get that other spawner right there to really cut their numbers down. How many spawns do they have in here? Just the one? Actually, what is that? Oh, I thought it was a new building. It was like multiple tanks on top of each other, just like making sweet, sweet tank love. All right. Sweet, sweet, shredded love. That's the name of my new single, by the way. I don't know. I'm marketing it towards people in armored divisions in the military. I'm thinking it'll sell, man. I think it'll make a little bit of money. I'm thinking, you know, I need to come up with a parentheses on it. But, like, I haven't come up... Oh, no, dude. My foodles. All right, pull back for a minute. My foodles is all gone. I done ran out of foodies, my duties. We're going to have to take it a little bit slower with our attack sprees here. I was going to say, we're suffering from bombardment at the moment from the Lehman Russes, which is marginally upsetting. All right, get on in there, boys. Just, like, kill something. If you guys break a house, that's perfectly fine. Maybe that'll cause a housing crisis or like some unrest or something because people don't have a place to live. Like, everything is contributing towards the greater goal right now, but we just knocked out that other spawn. So we should have a little bit of breathing room to play with now, I think. They've only got one spawner left, so their units should deplete pretty rapidly. I'm thinking we should be able to take this one straight to the hole pretty quickly from here. Let's go ahead and pull back to right here. We'll put them on super spawn mode just to get all of our guys back in tip-top. And then we're going to push out this way real aggressively. All right. You guys ready? Push! Row, you fools! Look down, there's buggies at the wall. You got it. There we go. Perfect. Just make this whole thing into like a, I don't know, like a 18th century story of bug-related misery. And they're getting stuck on this wall right here. So I think we need to group up high and then swing down low. Which obviously that was a great opportunity for a musical interlude. But I think I've given you guys enough notes today. Like, I only have so many notes to put on a video per day musically. And I feel like you got yours. I feel like I have properly entertained with my knowledge of random musicals. Never talk about that. I actually kind of like music. Like, I'm like a masculine dude that really, really likes musicals and tries to hide it from everybody. Like, I've got like musical playlists and stuff on Spotify, which is kind of embarrassing. But like, I don't know what it is, dude. I like me some heavy metal. I like me some gangster rap, but also I kind of like me like some musicals, bro. You know, I kind of like a little bit of Gilbert and Sullivan in there, dude. Like, I can go for that. Send it. This should be the last push, I think. I don't know. There's a lot of commandos in there. It's kind of hard to say. They might clear it. The defenders survived. And the defenders tend to be like the chunkiest of my forces. And we are doing some serious damage to kind of like this, I don't know what that was right there, a Walmart? I'm not too sure. Walmart. Can't be a Kmart. They went out of business. There we go. Their last spawner is down. All that is left is the slaughtering. We're in that phase of like the war movie right now where guys are just walking around on the battlefield stabbing wounded guys on the ground with a spear. That's kind of where we're at right now. There we go. They actually 5-1 casualties on that one. They did a pretty good job holding us back. But then again, like I said, that was a level 3 difficulty? See what happens when you don't bum rush the map and you take too long? Things get kind of miserable. What do I want to upgrade now? I don't know what sounds good to me. More damage for defenders might not be a bad idea. Could actually take some starting nutrients. Yeah, I think another starting nutrients might not be a bad idea so that we can get, like, this game is really all about rushing. You can't really take your time with it. Like, you need to be playing very, very quickly, effectively, at the beginning of the round. As you saw, that first level, we steamrolled it. That second level became much more of a headache because I was playing around with a new unit and I was kind of taking my time. I had the Swarm Mother, but I got rid of her because I don't think she's very good. The Swarm Mother's kind of like, I guess it probably depends if you have all your upgrades to, like, your Swarmers. I've got like half of them, but I don't know. Yeah, let's make our defenders hit a little harder. That sounds good. What else do we have around here? A high security outpost. We'll do the pathetic fusion reactor. That sounds like fun. How pathetic is it? Now I'm just curious. Please don't spread creep. That's the last thing I want you guys to do with your precious, precious bodies. I don't think I moved fast enough on that one. We may have some difficulties here. Most of my builders blew themselves up making creep. The hell is that thing? A laser generator? Device periodically fires a high-powered laser that only affects bugs. Does 20 damage. Huh. That could be a problem. We may need the Titan to deal with that. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. The Titan can actually tank that. So we may need to do kind of like a Titan rush on that wall in order to get through. 4, 5, 6 spawners. Damn, this is going to be a slog. This is going to be a throwdown. We're going to have to make sub-bases and stuff, I think. Oh, you guys are all done down here? Good for you. Good for you. Give me a couple more spawners. How far do those lasers go? Not far enough. Give me more resources. We're going to build up real strong before we start pushing out. All right, turn off the builder spawns. We will turn back on the builder spawns later. Actually, I might give that Titan strategy a go. This may get expensive, but I want to see if it works. Tell the Titans to hang tight back here once they hatch. My eggs are being filled out. It's actually not costing us that much resources either. So that's not too bad. I think last time I just got my build order out of whack and like screwed myself over. How'd they shoot a bug right there? That's weird. It's not like a way through that wall, is there? I gotta wait for all these Titans to come up so that we can bash our way through. Alright, most of my Titans are up. Let's go ahead and send them. Oh, it like ticks and slows you down too. Okay. Either way, that worked really well. We didn't even lose a single Titan. You love to see it. Alright, send the Titans on up. We're going to send the builders out this way to spread creep. We're going to turn on some of our other spawns. Oh, there goes the music. It's getting all crispy on me. It looks like the Titans are actually doing an okay job, kind of like raising a ruckus over here. Very nice, dude. Honestly, Titan rushing might actually be a valid strategy. Because they bowled through that spawn right there like it wasn't even there. Good lord. Yeah, just keep going. I have no other orders for you. Just keep going. Whatever monolithic amount of mayhem you can create, I support you. We're probably going to want to set up other bases every now and again that can spawn units up here. Go ahead and actually get all the units over here. We want the builders to kind of spread the creep over there. I'll keep the builders going, actually. And let's swap on over to, like, hyper spawn mode. We're going to want to gather all the units up this way. We're going to make a push for that spawn right there once they've all gathered. But yeah, this is Buggos. I think this game is absolutely fantastic. As long as you're fine with the fact that you need to learn to play fast and establish your economy, like, nearly instantaneously, and you need to figure out the skill tree, like where the stuff is that makes your early game economy really tight and coherent. And once you figure that out, dude, I thought this game was like a big slog when I first started playing. Like, it just felt like this back and forth World War I Battle of the Somme attrition fest. But it's actually not. It's a game about establishing a really healthy, really dominant economy as soon as you can, and then just pushing the enemy ridiculously hard. That's pretty much it. That's what I have found to be a successful method to the madness. So anyways, obviously, I'm going to be an absolute animal to the enemy here and exploit the hell out of Titans in order to win at the video game, because trying is stupid. Once I get that up and going, though, it's time for me to go. Well, I guess it's time for me to go right now, but I'm also going to get that up and going right now while I speak to you. There we go. I've clarified the situation. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were playing around with a little bit of Buggos, which has had a whole bunch of additions to it since the last time we played. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I recommend this game very highly. It's very fun. It's very simple. It's very fast-paced. And it doesn't have, like, a huge amount of content, but it's definitely got content there. There's definitely stuff to do. Like, you've got the main campaign mode, which has a lot of levels, and then you've got endless mode after that if you find that you're still entertained by the game. And I'm about 5 hours in right now, and I still have loads and loads of levels left to go from what I can tell. And so anyways, it's been an absolute pleasure being your host here today. Hopefully you had a good time. Take care, and that's all I got, folks. Bye-bye.